Good day, traders. Trading up here, trading up here, trading up, trading up. Wow, 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 wow. And today we are going to be covering a very important aspect of trading. We're going to be covering technical analysis, higher time frame versus lower time frame confluence. And on top of that, we're going to be discussing ways on which we can build confluence for our trades. For example, higher time frame versus lower time frame confirmation, RSI, candlesticks, FIBS, higher time frame zones within low time frame zones within higher time frame zones, etc. So without further ado, let's get back into the video. Let's clear this. So traders, many retail traders, what they love to do is that all they want to do is they don't want to have an in-depth understanding of the market. All they want to do is they want to go into the chart and they want to look for random patterns. Anyway, there's a major problem with this because imagine looking for a pattern, a head and shoulders, or a continuation pattern at a support level. For example, that pattern will obviously break that level. So that's what we're basically going to be discussing today. We're going to be discussing where is the correct place for traders to look for patterns so that these patterns are higher probability trade setups. So what we first want to do is want to start on the daily time frame. But first, before I do that, so I'm going to write down our confirmations list. So this is going to be our main go-to list for the strategy. So for one, we'll start with higher time frame, lower time frame zones. Then we can say RSI confirmation. 3, we can add FIBS as our confirmation. 4, you can have M's and W's or double tops and double bottoms. 5, we can have candlesticks as confirmation. And 6, we can have retail chart patterns as confirmation. So essentially what we first want to do is want to mark the higher time frame zones. So just by looking at this chart, I can see that this is a strong key zone. I can see that this is a strong key zone. I can see that this is a strong key zone. I can see that this is a strong key zone. So let me just change that spelling right there. So okay, so we've got one done. We have our higher time frame versus lower time frame zones. But let's say we had this zone marked up just to right about here, and our price retraces here. How do we know that this level is going to hold? Now, this is what we want to do. Now we want to go on to the lower time frame. So let's scale on to the 4-hour. Move that closer here. Okay, so now we're on the 4-hour. Now what we want to be looking for is we want to look for all our confirmations because we have a higher time frame zone. Now in that higher time frame zone, you're basically free to do whatever you want. If you ever see a head and shoulders pattern within a higher time frame resistance zone, you better know that's a sell. If you see an inverted head and shoulders at a higher time frame support level, good opportunity to buy. But if you be seeing patterns during this part, this is where the patterns could be low probability. But once you find and identify your key high time frame zone and you see your pattern within that zone, that is a high probability trade setup. So okay, without further talking, let's look for our confirmations. So for here, at this first level, so we have a higher time frame zone, low time frame zone, RSI. As we can see here, what you guys must remember is whenever price is making higher highs and RSI is making higher lows, lower lows, and lower highs, that just tells you that this move is essentially fake and that price should be actually going down. So RSI is actually very good confirmation for us. So as we can see here, we have divergence. When price is actually making a higher high, where in actual fact, price is creating a lower low and a lower high. That's very good confirmation for us at our higher time frame zone. FIBS at this level, we just take a FIB from the previous high, we bring it down, and we can already see traders that at about this level, our trade was taken at OTE. So here we have divergence, we have the RSI, and we have the FIB. So do you see what trading is actually about, traders? It's about confluence. It's building confluence. And if you want even more, this is an M. This is a double top. We've got a double top there. Double top. That's another confirmation for us. Candlesticks. We've got a bearish engulfing. Good confirmation. We have a doji at this trend line touch. That acts as an indecision. So that could tell us that a doji at a higher time frame level, the next candle being a black candle, that can tell us that we are possibly going to be going short. And at Confluence, you can see that this is a reversal pattern and we broke to the downside. And if you can see here, price retest went and retested the previous SR flip zone and then sold again. So you see what we're basically doing, traders. We're going to the high time frame zone. Now at the higher time frame zone, we're looking for lower time frame confirmations. Now look what we have here again. Trend line break and then retest of that trend line. So we have the higher time frame versus lower time frame zone. The RSI is oversold. That means we want to buy the RSI at this low level right here. So that's good confirmation for us. FIBS from down there to there. And if we scale in, traders, we can see that price bought at around the 0.79 OTE optimal trade entry level. Another good confirmation for us. But traders, in future videos, we will be speaking more about Wyckoff. But you don't need to know, but in actual fact, this whole level here is a Wyckoff schematic. But you don't need to confuse yourself about Wyckoff. Just try to keep your trading as simple as possible and use this very simple confirmation building strategy. So M's and W's. We've got a double top here, double bottom. Prices at lows. Trend line break, that's extra confirmation for us. Candlesticks, this long rejection candlestick, that's a good confirmation for us. Trend line break and retest at a previous key zone. You see, traders, do you notice that if you ever see a trend line break, when price retests, you want to draw out a breaker block, or if you don't know what that is, basically a resistance RS flip zone or a previous resistance zone that has not become a support. And if price touches there, nothing is stopping you from entering here at this level and then riding price up to higher prices. Here, nothing is stopping you. You mark the previous support zone. You enter at that level, you ride price up. So let's go to another level. We are at a higher time frame level. What do we see here? Head and shoulders. Head and shoulders. So at the higher time frame resistance zone, we have a lower time frame head and shoulders. Also a trendline break. Previous resistance becomes support. Entry. Then you just do that over and over again. So as you can see, please save this list because it's very good confirmation. Let's see if I can add anything else. Whole numbers are very powerful numbers. Price will usually retrace from these levels. So for now, for this video, we'll just cover these 7 confirmations. But in later videos, we will use volume, smart money concepts, and we will drill into lower time frames to see what we can find there. So for now, thank you for the video and be sure to save these 7 confirmations.